What's up, guys? Video Information here. Today we're going to be talking about Mark Zuckerberg for the series Getting to Know Our CEOs. So this is going to be video number 8 of the series, and let's get into it. Mark Elliott Zuckerberg, born May 14, 1984 in White Plains, New York. His spouse, who he's been married to since 2012, Priscilla Chan, 7 years strong. They have 2 children together. So here's a quick quote by Mark Zuckerberg. By giving people the power to share, we're making the world more transparent. Getting into his early life now. His parents, Karen, a psychiatrist, and Edward, a dentist, he and his 3 sisters, Randy, Donna, and Aurelie, were brought up in Dobbs Ferry, New York, a small Westchester County village about 21 miles north of Midtown Manhattan. Zuckerberg was raised in a Reformed Jewish household. Ancestors hailed from Germany, Austria, and Poland. He had a Star Wars-themed bar mitzvah when he turned 13 and once questioned things before deciding religion is important. So now getting into his education. In 1998, he attended Ardsley High School. He quickly excelled in his classes. After only 2 years, he transferred to the private school Phillips Exeter Academy in New Hampshire, where he won prizes in mathematics, astronomy, physics, and classical studies. In his youth, he would even attend the Johns Hopkins Center for Talented Youth summer camp. He stated on his college application that he could read and write in French, Hebrew, Latin, and Ancient Greek. That means he could read and write in 5 different languages. Fun fact, he was also captain of the fencing team. Getting into the software developer side of things, Zuckerberg began using computers and writing software in middle school. His father taught him Atari basic programming in the 1990s and later hired software developer David Newman to tutor him privately. Zuckerberg completed a graduate course in the subject at Mercy College while still in high school. In 1996, Zuckerberg created one program that, since his father's dental practice was operated from their home, he built a software program he called ZuckNet that allowed all the computers between the house and dental office to communicate with each other. It is considered a primitive version of AOL's Instant Messenger, which came out the following year in 1997. According to writer Jose Antonio Vargas, some kids played computer games. Mark created them. Zuckerberg recalled this, saying, "I had a bunch of friends who were artists. They'd come over, draw stuff, and I'd build a game out of it." Napster co-founder Sean Parker, a close friend, notes that Zuckerberg was really into Greek odysseys and all that stuff. He once quoted lines from the Roman epic poem Aeneid by Virgil during a Facebook product conference. Also during his high school years, Mark worked under the company name Intelligent Media Group to build a music player called the Synapse Media Player. The device used machine learning to remember the user's listening habits, which was posted to Slashdot and received a 3 out of 5 rating from PC Magazine. With a 4.9 GPA, he graduated at age 17, going into Harvard early. Vargas noted by the time Mark began classes at Harvard in 2001, he had already achieved a reputation as a programming prodigy. There he would study psychology, computer science, programming, and electrical engineering. In his sophomore year, he wrote a program that he called Course Match, which allowed users to make class selection decisions based on the choices of other students and to help them form study groups. Not much later, he created another program called FaceMash, a site just built for fun. The site went up over a weekend, but by Monday, the college shut it down due to 2 things. Its popularity had overwhelmed one of Harvard's network switches, which prevented students from accessing the internet. The other being that students were complaining their photos were being used without their permission. Zuckerberg would later apologize publicly, but the student paper would write that his site was completely improper. The following semester, though, in January 2004, Zuckerberg began writing code for a new website. 1 month later, he launched the Facebook, originally located at thefacebook.com. 6 days after its launch, 3 Harvard seniors, Cameron Winklevoss, Tyler Winklevoss, and Divya Narendra, accused Mark of intentionally misleading them into believing they were building a social network called HarvardConnection.com. Instead, he was using their ideas to build a competing product. After complaining to the Harvard Crimson, the newspaper began an investigation. It ended in a lawsuit that resulted in a settlement of 1.2 million Facebook shares in 2008. Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard to complete his project. He recalled, "I remember really vividly, having pizza with my friends a day or 2 after. I opened up the first version of Facebook at the time. I thought, someone needs to build a service like this for the world. I just never thought we'd be the ones to do it. It came down to one thing. We just cared more." On May 28, 2017, Zuckerberg received an honorary degree from Harvard, an excused requirements degree. Getting into his career now, Zuckerberg and friends moved to Palo Alto, California in Silicon Valley. where they leased a small house that served as an office. That summer, he would meet Peter Thiel, who invested in the company. Although the group planned to return to Harvard, eventually they decided to remain in California. They would turn down many offers by major corporations to buy the company. In 2007, Mark stated, "It's not because of the money. For me and my colleagues, the most important thing is that we create an open information flow for people. Having media corporations owned by conglomerates is just not an attractive idea to me." On April 2009, Zuckerberg sought the advice of former Netscape CFO Peter Carey about financing strategies for Facebook. In 2010, Stephen Levy wrote, "Mark clearly thinks of himself as a hacker." Mark himself stating, "It's okay to break things if you're going to make them better." Facebook instituted hackathons held every 6 to 8 weeks. Participants would have one night to think up and create a project. The events also include music, food, and beer. Many Facebook staff members, including Zuckerberg himself, regularly attend. "The idea is that you can build something really good in a night," Zuckerberg told Levy. Part of the personality of Facebook. "It's definitely very core to my personality." Vanity Fair magazine named Zuckerberg the most influential person of the information age in 2010 out of 100 people. In a 2011 interview with PBS shortly after the death of Steve Jobs, Zuckerberg stated that Jobs advised him on how to create a management team at Facebook that's focused on building as high quality and good things as you are. In October 2012, Mark visited Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev in Moscow to stimulate social media innovation in Russia and to boost Facebook's position in the Russian market. However, Dmitry would urge Mark to abandon plans to lure away Russian programmers and instead consider opening a research center in Moscow. In 2012, Facebook had roughly 9 million users in Russia, while VK had around 34 million. Now going on to August 19, 2013, Zuckerberg's Facebook profile would be hacked by an unemployed web developer. I guess not even he's safe. On March 2014, Mark would serve as a keynote speaker for the Mobile World Congress held in Barcelona, Spain, and he highlighted how the mobile market represents the future of the company. It will help the world communicate further. Then going to December 8, 2014, alongside Jeff Bezos and Tim Cook, Mark hosted the visiting Chinese politician Lu Wei, aka Internet Zaza, for his influence in the enforcement of China's online policy at Facebook's headquarters. So they met at Facebook's headquarters. I know I kind of just ran through that. This meeting occurred after Zuckerberg participated in a Q&A session at Tsinghua University in Beijing, China, on October 23, 2014. There he attempted to converge in Mandarin Chinese. Although Facebook is banned in China, Zuckerberg is highly regarded among the people there. Alright guys, last page. Wait, I'm lying. No, I'm not. Alright guys, last page. Later, on December 11, 2014, Zuckerberg explained during a live Q&A at the company's headquarters that Facebook isn't a waste of time because it facilitates social engagement, and participating in a public session was so he could learn how to better serve the community. Mark received a $1 salary as CEO of Facebook. In June 2016, Business Insider named him one of the top 10 business visionaries creating value for the world, along with Elon Musk and Sal Khan, due to the fact him and his wife pledged to give away 99% of their wealth, estimated at $55 billion. With just 1% left, they would still have $550 million. Anyways, guys, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do you feel like you know Mark Zuckerberg better? I sure as heck do. But anyways, I'd love to know your feedback. Give it to me down below, and make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feed You Information, out.